Today we'll be taking a look at several news stories involving Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Alexa Bliss, and more. Let's start things off with everything Roman Reigns related. Roman Reigns is getting ready to defend his WWE Universal Title at Royal Rumble against Seth Rollins. But what if a future opponent for Roman is someone that isn't even signed with WWE? Well, with all this forbidden door talk and WWE allegedly willing to work with Impact Wrestling and AEW, this is a legitimate question that people can actually ask now. Of course, in this line of work and this line of business, it's a competition and everyone wants to be number one. But what's one way to get both talent and fans hyped up? It's crossovers and collaborations. The Mickie James and Impact Wrestling deal for the Royal Rumble appearance is of course the situation that got everyone speculating and wondering, what if? Impact Wrestling's Moose was one other who jumped in on the conversation, challenging Roman Reigns to a match. Moose had this to say on Twitter, quote, "I claim to be a wrestling god. He claims to be the head of the table. With all this forbidden door talk, what if? At Roman Reigns." End quote. So it's little things like that tweet that has everyone hyped up and speculating about all these crossover matches we could potentially see if WWE is actually serious about possible partnerships. In other Roman Reigns related news, Roman broke out of his usual character during a recent live event, and it caught some fans by surprise. Roman grabbed a mic after the main event of the night and thanked everyone for coming out and told them all to be safe. That's not the kind of lines you usually hear from a top heel, but then again, it was just a live event for everyone in the building. It wasn't televised, but that short babyface-like promo still went viral online. That live event promo comes at a very interesting time because everyone was already wondering if we're starting to see a shift in Roman's character. It goes back to that moment from SmackDown where Brock Lesnar is being brutally mean to Heyman and Roman, tells the crowd and Brock Lesnar that that's not cool. Then you take a look at the Royal Rumble opponents, and that's interesting as well. It's being reported that WWE is turning Bobby Lashley babyface, and he's facing Brock Lesnar. So what does that mean for Brock? Same sort of thing with Roman, he's facing a heel, Seth Rollins. So what does that mean for Roman? Are we starting to see Roman and Brock basically switching roles once again? Can we see a more humble version of Roman Reigns again in the coming months, while Brock Lesnar sort of reverts to his former persona? That's definitely a possibility. Maybe it's a thing where technically Roman and Brock don't have a label of what their characters are. It's like what Sasha Banks and others have been saying. Babyface and heel don't always apply to everyone. There's some superstars who are just themselves and don't really have a label of being a bad guy or being a good guy. So maybe that's going to be the case more moving forward for Roman and Brock. Maybe they technically don't have a label, they're just themselves. Speaking of Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, that brings up our Seth Rollins topic. Seth Rollins is set to challenge Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble for the Universal Title. It's a big dream match. Everyone has been waiting for this one. But the latest reports pointed out a scenario here that could legitimately see Seth Rollins dethrone Roman Reigns for the Universal Title. Brock Lesnar and WWE already teased the title versus title match for WrestleMania on SmackDown, but Seth Rollins could legitimately play a spoiler in that dream matchup and change everything around. Now remember, had Roman Reigns competed at day one, Brock Lesnar likely would have walked out as the new Universal Champion, and Seth Rollins would have walked out as the new WWE Champion. Day one had to be changed up a bit after Roman missed the show, but Royal Rumble could be the place that fixes things back up to their original plans. Have Seth Rollins dethrone Roman Reigns for the Universal Title and take it back to Raw, while Brock Lesnar brings the WWE title back to SmackDown. Have this world title exchange between the brands take place, and things go back to how they originally intended it to be after day one, with Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar both as world champions. Only differences being that Raw and SmackDown switched world titles. So, if Seth Rollins wins the Universal title at Royal Rumble, everything pretty much falls back into place for WWE. Brock Lesnar would defend against Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins would likely defend against the Royal Rumble winner. So we all get to still see Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in this scenario, but obviously not the title versus title match that was teased. So it's a very interesting situation. We know that they've already teased the title versus title match, but maybe that's just some misdirection to throw us all off, so that we'll be surprised when Roman loses the title to Seth Rollins. That seems to be our two routes here right now with this story. If Seth takes the title, that ends the title versus title possibility. But if Roman retains, that unification match could still be on. What would you like to see happen at the main event of WrestleMania? WWE confirmed that we'll be getting at least one Forbidden Door return with Impact Wrestling's Mickie James during the Women's Royal Rumble match. But reports claim that the Men's Royal Rumble could also see another massive Forbidden Door appearance. The report doesn't clearly indicate where this wrestler may be from, but fans are already running wild with speculation that it could be a AEW star. Fans are throwing out former WWE names like Chris Jericho and Bryan Danielson, while other fans hope that the Forbidden Door Men's Royal Rumble appearance is by someone that has never been on WWE programming before, like Kenny Omega. So with all this crossover and partnership talk, it's just a very exciting time for wrestling fans. Who knows who we might actually get to see at the Royal Rumble. Alexa Bliss is on her way back to Raw, so let's talk about more potential opponents for her. The two more obvious opponents for Alexa would be either of the women's champions. If Alexa's after gold, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair are clearly her two easy targets. But something that Alexa has teased several times during her hiatus is revenge. So even though Charlotte fits into the revenge category as well, who else fits into it? Well, a deeper pick is Rhea Ripley. When Alexa Bliss was in the middle of a transformation during the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match, Rhea Ripley just tossed Alexa Bliss out of the match. We never got any follow-up to this moment, so what if, a year later, Alexa Bliss never forgot that moment and comes for Rhea? Another deeper pick for Alexa is Nikki Cross. Lots of history and unfinished business there between the two of them, so that's a feud that would make sense if WWE decides to go down that route. Alexa and Nikki had something going during the first few months that Alexa had joined Bray Wyatt. Nikki was regretful and blamed herself for everything that happened, but that feud never really had a satisfying ending. Nikki just sorta gave up chasing Alexa, and that story ended in a very anticlimactic fashion. We did see Alexa and Nikki team up again for the one night in 2021, but again, nothing much happened after that. So if they want to use this time now to revisit their story and give it a proper ending, that wouldn't hurt either. But what are your thoughts on all of today's wrestling news? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.